Married at First Sight fans, it's obvious that we need some matchmaking changes because this is now getting ridiculous that we get cheated out of a real couple that doesn't even really have a shot because of serious incompatibility in the looks department. So this situation with Alyssa and Chris has made this whole situation come to a head. And this time, Married at First Sight doesn't even get a couple to film for the rest of the season. So I think it's time that we start a petition, and we're going to start it here in my little comment section on what some of the changes are that we want to see in this matchmaking. So first up, we definitely going to tackle this looks issue. So what I'm thinking of is, you guys, is that when you come and you sign up for the show, you have the option to bring pictures of your previous exes or a couple of pictures. So that way it's on file and we can see what you think is cute. Because truthfully, everybody doesn't think cute is the same as cute. Now, Dr. Pepper thought that Chris was cute. So I don't really think that they set Alyssa up. I think Dr. Pepper really thought that Chris was cute. And to some people, he is cute. But to Alyssa, he wasn't. So it would have been good to have a picture of what Alyssa thought was cute. And you know what? If you bring the picture and they can't find you nobody, then you know what? You just ask out. That's up to you. Or you could be like Lindsay said. Lindsay said she didn't give any criteria. She said she was an open book. So you could do it either way. But I think they need to start giving people the option. Hey, if looks is a really big deal to you, you need to bring a picture. Maybe this would have also helped out Chris and Paige. And also maybe it would have helped out Haley when she was with, I think, Jacob. And then last year with Ryan and the other young lady. Maybe it would have helped out there. So I think first up we need to do is allow people to bring in pictures. Second, I'm thinking we need to put a limit on the age gap. I think this was a big problem with Eric and Virginia. I'm thinking, what is the biggest age gap that should be even considered? And they were in two different places in their lives. Eric was older, like 38 or something. He was ready to settle down and have kids. And Virginia would still want to be out here partying in the streets and drinking 3-4 times a night. So I think there needs to be a maximum age gap. And I think I'm going to go with 5 years. What do you guys think? I also want to bring in the pets. I know a lot of pet lovers, may not like this, but I think pets are almost like children. And I think it can cause problems in relationships early on when you're just trying to get to know the spouse. And now you also have to blend pets together. So Lindsay brings it up in this season about he has 3 cats, she has 2. Yeah, that's almost like bringing 5 kids into a relationship. You don't know if those pets are going to get along. You don't know if people are allergic to pets. Like last time, Eric was allergic to cats with Virginia. I think Haley and Jacob's dogs would fight and not get along. That's stressful. When you have a dog and your dogs don't get along and they fight, I mean, it's very stressful. I mean, even when you go back to Zach and Michaela last year, the dogs weren't getting along. That was why Zach had to go sleep somewhere else the first night. I mean, these are serious issues. So I think we need to address the dog situation. Even Marilyn didn't like Gil's dog. The dog and the cat situation is serious, and I think they need to look at that as if they're kids, and I think there needs to be some criteria around that. Also, money. Marilyn Gill, obviously, money. And it's true, who knows, maybe it becomes an issue with Steve and Noe with a job. Should people at least have a job? And how much of a difference in salary are you willing to accept? Or 20%, 30%? I don't know. This needs to be a questionnaire on the application because I think money is a big issue for a lot of people in terms of, do they have a job, how much money they make? And I think we need to have some more questions. So if you feel like, the person needs to be within 20% of your income, then you know what? They won't match you. And you have to figure that out of how you answer the questions. But I think we need to do the money too. Next one is, I think we need to look at previous relationship experience. I think you need to have some. I think this is beginning to be a big problem with Jasmina. And the fact that Jasmina hasn't had a relationship in the same city as her, I really count her as a relationship virgin. And I think it's playing a role in this marriage, because although there are things that Michael does wrong, I think Jasmina's lack of relationship experience exasperates the situation, because she's never even been in these situations that she's encountering. Shoot, she's on a honeymoon. She probably ain't even traveled with no man for more than one day. She probably never been on vacation with a man. So I don't know how she's even going to handle this honeymoon and all this, because if you've never even been in the same city as a man, like what's the longest period of time you even spent with a man? So I think we need to, if you don't have no relationship experience, at least one boyfriend, then I don't think you should get accepted. And bring it to relationships. How about gap in relationships? That whole thing with Chris and Paige, I think there needs to be a minimum of 6 months. So that way we know if there's any pregnancies. Pregnancies out there, because that was a mess. So I think there needs to be a criteria on gap in relationships as well. You need to have been out of a relationship for at least 6 months. And lastly, the interracial dating. This came to a head with Claire and Ryan. And I think what the situation ended up happening was, I think Ryan was used to dating women outside of his race, but I don't think Claire was. I think she was trying to act like she was open to it, and she's open to all these different things. But come to find out, I don't think she really had a grasp on what it would be to actually be in an interracial relationship. So I think that if you're going to write down you're open to different races, you need to have had some experience in that category, and it not just be something you're willing to try. Because that is something that if you don't have any experience dating someone outside of your race, I don't think you want to try it necessarily in marriage, because as we can see with Claire and Ryan, there was other things, but I do think that that caused a problem. And I remember when Claire first started talking about it in the season, I kept thinking she's talking about it like it's some sort of cool thing to do, or like not a fetish, but some type of cool thing to do. I knew then she wasn't prepared to be in an interracial relationship, even though Ryan, he was more comfortable with it. I didn't see the experience level with Claire to be able to handle that. So those are my ideas for rules changes. What are yours? You guys drop down in the comment section. Let me know if you want to add any to the list. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.